Hello and welcome to another Pioneer League. I'm Tandy, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of Grixis midrange. You heard me right, not Rakdos midrange. We're playing a little bit of Grixis. This deck has been kind of off and on my radar for the last couple months. You know, just the addition of Grixis as like a color combination from the Streets of New Capenna with Xander's Lounge and that whole clan. There's a lot of those cards that are seeing play in Standard, but not a lot that are seeing play in Pioneer. And I didn't really understand why until I actually saw this deck and I was like, oh, okay. The blue splash makes a lot of sense when it's adding something to the deck as opposed to just being more of the same. What blue adds to the deck, in this instance specifically, is counter spells. Make Disappear is a medium counterspell in a world where medium counterspells get the job done. Everyone's tapping out like every turn, and the fact that you can use Make Disappear, like kick it, to count like hard counter something later in the game, I think is pretty sweet. But the other blue cards in the deck are kind of just minor upgrades to things that you would normally get in a Rakdos midrange deck. Corpse Appraiser is like a slight upgrade to Graveyard Trespasser, and then when I say upgrade, I mean I don't even know that it's really an upgrade, but it's different. But it does have a very similar effect. Corpse Appraiser and Graveyard Trespasser both eat graveyards, but Corpse Appraiser has the uncanny ability of drawing a pretty good card whenever it dies, as long as you are able to eat something from the grave. The rest of the deck is all stuff we've seen before: Fated Push, Thoughtseize, Harvester, Fable, Dreadbore. Hostage Taker and Nicol Bolas Dragon God are interesting additions to the archetype because they're not things that would necessarily go into a Grixis control deck, but they could be very good in a Grixis midrange deck. We haven't seen a good shell for Hostage Taker in quite some time, so I'm excited to see if it's any good. We do have 2 Shield Red and 2 Liliana of the Veil, something like to have top end. But this is one of the first Nicol Bolas Dragon God decks I've seen outside of Mono Green Devotion, where it actually makes sense why it's in the deck, right? Like we can protect it very easily with our threats. If Nicol Bolas Dragon God was just black, 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 red, red, it would probably be a 2 or 3 of in every Rakdos midrange deck. But splashing another color has a significant cost, right? And I think that you'll understand that as we play games. Like we're gonna have too many lands in our tap sometimes. We're gonna have no blue mana or no red mana in our opening hand probably every once in a while. And then eventually you're just going to see if the blue cards actually make a significant impact in the game compared to their Rakdos counterparts. And I'm thinking they will. At the very least, I want to try it out. So it seems like it could be fun. The sideboard, 3 copies of Mystical Dispute to help out against the blue decks while we're countering a bunch of stuff. Yo, Doomwake! Thanks for the 25 months. What's up, baby? We got 1 copy of Kalidas Trader of Get, 2 Go Blank, and a Duress to help out against decks that we just need to hit their hand a little bit more. 2 Brotherhood to end as our sweeper / way to deal with more artifacts. 2 Obliterating Bolt as exile removal. 2 Scarab God as more things on the top end that can dominate the game if our opponent doesn't have removal. And then 2 Unlicensed Hearse as more anti-graveyard measures. This is Grixis midrange. Let's get to the matches and see what happens. All right, well, we got a pretty straightforward looking Rakdos midrange hand with some blue cards thrown in. We're gonna keep. I hope we just naturally draw a land on one. I kind of want to Harvester on 2, but I might not care. Okay, well now I do care because I'm not gonna Fatal Push anything, and I can Thoughtseize later in the game. All right, yeah, we'll just go for a Harvester on 2 and hope it doesn't get countered. I wish Make Disappear was Casualty 1, or I don't know. I wish you could sack an artifact. I think it would be, obviously, it'd be super strong, but this feels like just such a minor upgrade to something like, not Rune Boggle. Is it Rune Boggle? Rune Snare? I don't know, Rune Snag? Whatever. What's up, Simic? Photogriff, Power Word Kill. But you're going to be a little worse against Planeswalkers. And I kill Planeswalkers pretty regularly, so. Alright, let's attack and then play Harvester Xander's Lounge so that we can counterspell plus Thoughtseize next turn. Hope I don't get hit by a Wrath of God. Nice, nice. Are you gonna become Explorer main, Doom? Arena main? Lack of Dreadbore stuff? Yeah, I bet. Alright, let's attack first. Thought sees you. Yeah, they're adding a bunch of cards, but okay. Can't be countered. Alright, this is already strike one against Make Disappear. Playing against blue white. They have Verdict and Dovin's Veto, and Make Disappear can't be countered. Or doesn't help in those situations. They also did not play a fourth land, so we're just gonna go ahead and loot away some lands. I'm just not gonna play anything else until they Verdict. And I'll counter whatever else I gotta counter. Alright, well, they didn't have anything last turn, and if they have something this turn, I have Make Disappear, and I'm attacking for lethal. And they did not play a land. Very, very sweet, cool deck from the opponent. Get down. Get down. Get down. You cannot be on the side of the keyboard. Get down. You know, spacebar, I think, goes through phases. Or at least it does on Arena. This would be way more dangerous on Arena. Okay. Duress in. Go blank in. Mystical Dispute in. Scarab God in, maybe. Think about these. What's coming out? Definitely Fatal Push. Definitely a Braid. Dreadbore's okay. Lily's okay. Asha Taker can come out. Are you kidding me? Bro, did you see what he just did? He just tried to claw me in the ear. Hey. Hey. Kitty. Alright, I don't think we can keep the one-lander. Alright, I'll keep this one. Go back one of the lands. So we can go Blood Crypt, Drunk Catacomb, Haunted Ridge. So we'll just put back Steam Vents. Maybe I should Thoughtseize on one to play around Veto later. I'm gonna go play Xander's Lounge. We can Thoughtseize Dispute next turn and then Lily on 3. Alright, Absorb. Teferi. Take the Absorber so we can land Lily next turn, maybe. And we have the Mystical Dispute ×2 for the Teferi later. I know, Doomwake. He is into it. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Lily down. Nice. Now I just hope they don't draw Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon could be a little annoying. Alright, so we know they have Field of Ruin. They shocked. Yeesh. Alright, well, we're going to start with the Thoughtseize, and then we can minus on the Shark. If it is a Shark. Or a Wandering Emperor. Oh, I should have played my land in case this Wandering Emperor, man. Crap. Biffed it. I discard Dispute, I think. They're going to make a 2/2 and then give it a counter. We're going to cycle Xander's Lounge. Look for something to stand in the way of the creature. If not, we might just minus. I don't know. Should have played my land before casting the Thoughtseize. Pretty big mistake on my part. We would have got their whole hand if we had. The moment that I knew also the moment that I did it that I messed up, which kind of sucks. Cycle Lounge. I'm just gonna Edict, I guess. I don't know. You love Grixis? Yeah, a lot of people love Grixis. Hey. I gave him too good a pets, chat. I gave him too good a pets, and now he will never leave me alone. Can I draw a fucking spell, please? Good lord, man. My opener is pretty good, and then I drew a bunch of lands. Doomwake, what was his tech for beating what was his tech for beating green in the rack sack? God almighty. Super stock list. Well, I thought that mono green was a bad matchup for the deck. So if he beat it 3 times, I'm gonna need to know what he's doing different. Maybe he's sideboarding a different way or something. I have no words. I have no words for what just happened, chat. Okay. Keep this very weird looking hand. Yeah, Karizov's expertise does look great every time my opponent casts it against me. I don't know if you want to play more than 2, but 2 seemed like it'd be good. Yeah, was the NRG open decklist Doomwake? Do you know? That might have had a big impact on the deck's performance over the course of the last couple weekends. Cycle Typhoon? You know, if you give a baby a piece of candy, they never stop hounding you for candy for the rest of their lives. Well, I gave Jaeger like the best pets he's ever had like a couple weeks ago, and ever since he will not leave me alone. Well, them missing land drops is great news. I feel bad because this is how I won game one too. It's not gonna do anything, just gonna play my lands and then. Alright, come on now. Lay down. Yes, if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll never leave your ass alone. That's what I learned from that story. Oh yeah, I did see that, Chris. It looked kind of interesting. Is this a veto? You gonna veto me, bro? Or are you gonna let it resolve, bro? All right. Well, I'm gonna counter this so that I can actually be aggressive. They might tap out to deal with Fable or something next turn, or if I start attacking and stuff, they may let me resolve Scarab God or Nicol Bolas. My goal is to resolve Nicol Bolas next turn, and getting this Fable down this turn is a great way to help not ensure it happens, but to make it more likely to happen. I don't know what I'm discarding. I wonder, I guess maybe they could temporary, if they temporary lockdown, I'm definitely just going to go for Bolas. Hell yeah. March? Okay. Well, now 2 mana thing that counters Scarab God. They already use a Make Disappear. I'm going to discard a Make Disappear. Next turn I can Thoughtseize Bolas. This turn I'm going to go for Scarab God. It has to be one of their Make Disappears. Can't be Veto. Next turn I can Thoughtseize to try to clear for Veto before playing Bolas. I have to be a little careful with my things. Dispute maybe? Maybe. I'm not even sure they were board in Dispute against me. They saw so few blue cards in game 1 or 2. Just a big guy. Alright, I'm going to Thoughtseize. See what they do. I'm gonna go for the Bolas. Hope they don't have a second veto. Maybe I wait. Maybe I just wait for them to verdict and then play Bolas next turn. They didn't have another Make Disappear, so but it could be a second veto. I'd rather just wait. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. Wish I had not discarded the Make Disappear now, though. Yeah, it could be negate as well. This is good. This is kind of what I was expecting. They minus, we attack, we trade, we get a card that make them do their thing. No land from them either. Black, 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 blue, red. No, 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 no. Please don't make me misclick Jaeger. Alright, so I can make a 2-2. Make a 2-2 is pretty good, but draw a card, them exile card from hand is also pretty good. Drawing Thoughtseize here was crazy. Kill Planeswalker first. Does it matter? It cannot be activated. Oh, but they don't have to lose a thing in their hand. Yeah, good call. I forgot they could just do a thing in play. Wow. Okay, so Absorb is no longer relevant. Baneslayer Angel is not relevant. Elspeth and Deluge are both relevant. Elspeth is 2 ticks away, and I can just clean it up with an Elspeth, so I just want to take Deluge. Yeah, I definitely should have killed the Planeswalker first. That was a good call. Minor mistake, cost me, hopefully not the game. Alright, so they found the land for Baneslayer Angel. feel like they just have to tap out every turn for the rest of the game. I'm hoping they don't draw the land for Elspeth next turn. Come on now. Come on now. If they don't play Bane Slayer Angel, I don't even know what they're doing in the game anymore. Right? Holding up Absorb is just not a thing. Forcing me to minus so that they can play land in another one next turn, I think is the play. In fact, I probably shouldn't even have taken Deluge. I probably should have just took Elspeth. Oh, I guess I do get to Elspeth them a bunch. Alright, well, that was a good draw. So we'll just kill this. Dress. Get out of here! Get off my keyboard, bro! He literally just keeps standing on my keyboard. Like, come on! Hit his ass so good, I take him to a lobster. Alright, drop. They sacked the land. Okay. Alright. Turns out Knuckleballs Dragon God's pretty good. Pet the cat, please. Okay. No pet unless gift sub. Harsh, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Jesus! Dig away! No, say. Pet him so good he licks the wall! Alright, he's back. We're back in the good graces, Jaeger. We're back in the good graces. Yes. Yes, pet. Yes. Pet for the next hour? Hour? That's strong. That's just paying back taxes for all the pets previously. You got those magic hands? Yeah, I know. Thanks for the 5 gifted, Simic. Appreciate you, fam. Alright, let's go for a Fable. Just dig for an answer to Thing in the Ice before it flips. We could Corpse Appraiser our own Harvester. We're going to discard 2 lands here, guaranteed. I don't think we need another blue. They don't know that I don't have Bone Man. We'll go for Corpse Appraiser with the ability to pay for a Make Disappear. We'll exile our own Blood Tithe Harvester and look for the top 3. And then we get something good maybe to kill this Thing in the Ice. Fatal Push. Perfect. Alright, Corpse Appraiser already looking great. Loving it. Okay. I'll let this resolve. They're probably going to kill both things, but then I can Fatal Push this. Alright, we'll let them resolve both of their things. And then I'm going to use the black to Fatal Push this. I guess I used my mana wrong. Blue, black, red. Kinda did. Found the Fatal Push, so it changed it. / made me think I need to plan better. The Ledgerman. Alright, well, they're tapping out, so I can go Hostage Taker, the Ledger Shredder, attack, get a treasure, and then play the Ledger Shredder. They get Phoenix back, but I get their Ledgerman. My Ledgerman. Giga Hostage Taker? Yes. A very powerful mechanic. Right now, their Ledger Shredder is looking like it could be pretty dreamy for me, though. Any Corpse Appraiser off the top with this could be sweet. They have to kill this, but they kind of have to kill everything, is the problem. Here comes Axe, Pitch a Pierce, kill Shredder. And now they're probably going to kill Reflection. Oh my god, is this just pieces? So they found Spikefield so they can play it as a land. And they have Trespass. But I have Disappear. They have Stormcarve, okay. So if they go for Trespass, we can make Disappear. Op's fine. You're dunking on Phoenix? Yeah, feels good, man. Alright, swinging in. So go. Food is here. Get to eating, baby. Same targets. I really don't want them to be able to bring back Phoenixes. This is going to put a huge stress on their mana. They can't go land Temporal Trespass. That's okay. A thing in the ice. Okay, okay. Now we make them discard their Trespass and play our Fable. Next turn we Edict, attack for 4. Let's hope they brick for a turn, right? It's a pretty good draw. So declare an attack. See what they do. First bolus would have granted a Lily activation right. Yeah. But drawing a card there seems a little bit better because it hits their last card in hand or makes them sack a land. The Lily's not that powerful against them. And that spot, the minus on this and, you know, I don't know. It's all the same, really. Disputing, Duress. Don't mind Obliterating Bolt. Don't mind Go Blank. We have like a lot of these cards can come in, right? Like Hearst has to come in. I think Lily's pretty bad, actually. I'm going to cut it. Quartz Appraiser seems great. A Braid seems really bad. Make Disappear actually seems kind of lackluster. Yeah, these are all potentials. I'm just trying to figure out what the best cuts are. I don't really love Dispute in the matchup. It's okay. In fact, I might even just cut it because we just need to keep Fatal Push in because they just have a bunch of things in the ice. Corpse Appraiser seems okay. Hostage Taker does not seem that good. I think we got to use it there in a good spot, but most of the time I think this is just not going to work. Do I want 2 Obliterating Bolt just to make sure I don't lose a thing in the ice or a Ledger Shredder? Probably. All right, whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely bringing it in. I'm just trying to look and see what's coming in and what's coming out. I forget it sometimes, so I'm not like chastising or whatever. It was just eventually coming in. All right, we'll keep this one. Maybe we should have kept an island, but I think my life total is less relevant than making sure. I don't really even like the island in the deck too much, to be honest. Okay, interesting. That means they probably are light on lands. I'm gonna hold up Dispute for Thing in the Ice or Ledger Shredder on 2. All right, they're just digging for land, so I'm just gonna counter this to time walk them. Basically, we'll just play Harvester next turn. Use the blood token to pitch one of these extra lands. Next turn we can Thoughtseize plus. It's too slow, Feldegriff. It's not that bad. Like before Shieldred, it was certainly fine, but it's just like so much worse now, you know? We just have so many better things to do with our mana. Alright, so I'm gonna play Stormcard. And then we're gonna play around Spell Pierce. So it just has to be Cruise. Everything else is lackluster. But Cruise is just a draw 3 immediately. All right, let's hope we find Corpse Appraiser so we can eat this Phoenix if they discard it. It's not lights out for Phoenix. Like, they can just kill it. Like, it's just a guy. Like, they they don't always have, like, creatures in play, you know? Like, I don't know. Need to draw spells. Fable is also great. All right, so they have Brotherhood and Crackling Drake and 3 unknowns. And they only got 1 card off their pieces, which is sick. All right, well, we have answers for Crackling Drake. The Brotherhood's in can kill this, but mostly I just wanted Corpse Appraiser to eat their Phoenix out of the graveyard. I just did not draw any anti-graveyard stuff, and I think they're just about to get 2 Phoenixes back, and I just can't really do much about it. We just need to apply more pressure or have a little more disruption. I think I have too much removal in the deck. I think that these are fine, but like we need to trim some. Go blank would have been sweet. Hearse, anything. Quartz Appraiser, Fable, Scarab God. We had a lot of looks. Okay. All right, so we're going to take 6. We might have to double pop the Phoenixes next turn. Just going to quit. All right, we got too much removal in the deck. Let's cut the Obliterating Bolts. Speed back in. Bring in the Kalitas. I didn't bring in the Scarab God. Maybe I should. Just huge. They probably have to side out the thing that kills it, right? Maybe the mystical disputes are garbage. Bold Exile's Phoenix? I know. It does not always kill a Ledger Shredder, though. Every piece removal in the deck has a significant downside. And you just have to try to play around them. And sideboard best you can. Alright, we'll play this first so that we can push on 2 with our tap land. Hope we draw a land next turn, since we got some good 3s in hand. I think maybe the mistake was just using this dispute on the opt. I feel like it slowed them down for a turn, but like they're just gonna draw out of it, right? Land? Untapped land? Alright, harvester time. Time for us to get mana screwed. Nurse it. Interesting. So we drew the land. We can kill the Narset, but it takes our whole turn. What are the odds they're wheeling? Like, very small, right? Very small odds that they're wheeling. So we can just go ahead and Corpse Appraiser the Shredder, I think. Can you... Yo. Lay down. These are leftover pets from Simics 5 Gifted. But now, the petting's done. If you want me to pet the cat, that's a gifted. What do you do, chat? I don't really want to burn a Obliterating Bolt on it. I think that if I attack it, they're just gonna use it next turn. Slam Fable? There's no way that Fable's the right play. My hand's too strong. I think Appraiser... I guess Appraiser can be saved for a Phoenix later. Appraiser can... I just don't think I'm getting wheeled, right? So like it's just gotta be play a thing that doesn't kill Narset. I'll just take Hearse, I guess. Corpse Appraiser has been shown off, man. That card's pretty good. Alright, no wheel yet. I found a Lightning Axe. Alright, well, we'll be able to Obliterating Bolt that, so that's nice. I'm kind of hoping I draw the land. I have 4 cards in hand. I can wait on the Obliterating Bolt on that if I need to, and play something else. I have 3 in hand. I really don't want him to cruise next turn. Yeah, I think go blank double spell next turn is probably the play. They discarded a cruise and a steam vent, so they did have cruise. Alright, hopefully I draw a land. Alright, we might lose to these Halls of the Storm Giants in a minute. We gotta be a little careful. Let's Thoughtseize their last card. Hell yeah, get that Crackling Drake out of here. Take the lands. I feel like I should hit this because if they go Land Treasure Cruise, I guess Land Treasure Cruise is not that bad. 3 damage to every creature. That's actually very bad for me. I guess I can go Fable attack for 2 though. Maybe that's bad too. All right, well, I'm gonna look at taking a hit from the hall here. I'm gonna exile 2 cards from my graveyard just to make this bigger. Dragon God's pretty good. I'm gonna attack. If they go land hall, they have to choose between face and Nicol Bolas. If we take face down to 5, I think that's fine. Oh my god, too many Optimus Primes in chat. See where they go. Kill the Bolus. That gives us extra time. Forgot to use the hearse. Being very distracted by a certain cat right now. Alright, let's use a blood token. We'll pitch Thoughtseize. Alright, let's crew and attack for 6. Then we'll play Go Blank. You know how hard it is to play a game of Magic when a cat is just clawing you in the face? Yo, stop, dude. If I lose this game, I'm gonna be really sad. My cat was taught yours, yeah. Yeah, just a little guy, just a little jerk. Alright, so they put Cruise and Impulse in hand, so they can Cruise for 4 and Impulse. It's like nothing we can do to stop it either, which is just sickening. Jaeger, dude, I need you to stop for real, dude. Please. Please stop. Please, Jaeger. Please stop, man. Any creature. There we go. I'm just like playing like complete shit. It's because I have a claw in my face every 2 seconds. Alright, I gotta get you out of here, dude. Come on. You wish you were a cat. Are you serious? Dude, cats are so dumb. At least my cat's dumb. Look at him. Look at him just laying there. Cats are so smart. Yeah, not compared to humans. Duh. It's strategic? Yeah, that's fair. They're just playing around bills. Alright, let's see if they pop it off. Meow. 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 Yeah, a braid is the worst. Need the land, but the fatal push on the ledger shredder I think is more important. I can just draw land later. Pieces, oh, the puzzle. Oh, the pieces you will bring. Alright, so they kept Spell Pierce and Fire Impulse. Bro, get down. Get down. We're in trouble, chat. So consider Axe Pierce. We'll just take pieces. They drew another pieces. Very cool. But it's all removal. So they're not going to be able to get Phoenix back for a sec. If I play Shield Dread, they're going to axe it, but they have to discard something. If I play Fable, they're just going to pierce it. If I play Hostage Taker, it's nothing. Whatever. 2 for 1 themselves. Fine. They'll probably discard Pierce, and then I can resolve Fable. But do it on an upkeep so they can maybe bring back their thing. That's probably smart. Now they'll consider looking for something. Exactly, Penguin. Alright, so they have the Galvanic plus the consider. Everything's easy peasy. They got Spell Pierce. There's only 1 Phoenix coming back right now. but they got 3 cards in hand. They found Cruz. That's a bummer. So one thing about Phoenix that's just so annoying to play against is that they have so much velocity. There's like, it's so hard to beat them with discard because they just have so many cards that say draw 2 on them. Like, Piece of the Puzzle is just so gross, and Treasure Cruise obviously just S tier, you know? We played like a reasonable game, but I missed a land drop, and they cast Treasure Cruise, and so now I'm buried, playing a fair game. Maybe fell to Griff. Maybe. I'm gonna protect my life total a little bit, targeting the Phoenix here with the Braid. If they want to pierce, that's fine. The Ledgerman. Ledger Dada. Alright, let's go pitch a Braid. Island. See if this resolves. I don't know what the last couple cards in their hand can be. They would have played a spell if it was a draw spell. They would have played a removal spell on this to trigger it, so it's got to be just lands. Maybe Time Walk. Axe? Okay, that makes sense. They can block now, that's okay. We can just Dreadbore post-combat. The block's not that big a deal. Oh, they have Hall. I just saw this. Doesn't matter. Alright, let's see. Last time, I decided that the counterspells were bad, right? Counterspell and a Braid are bad. The Dress is good. Hearse. Obliterating Bolt's okay. Go Blank's good. Lead us, Scarab God, maybe? What else did we cut? Lily. Hostage Taker. And, Fatal Push. Alright, we'll go, I guess, Lounge into Harvester. We can save the Thoughtseize for later, probably. Couple removal spells for things like Thing in the Ice and Ledger Shredder. They don't get out of hand. Could try to save the Bolt for a Phoenix for later. They kept 7. Oh, now he's tearing up the carpet trying to get in. Immediately ran when I opened the door. News in trouble. We'll just take pieces. Use the Obliterated Bolt because it's more mana efficient. We drew Fable too, so if I draw a land, I can go Fable plus Thoughtseize. The Spell Pierce is a little annoying, but it is what it is. If they pierce, we'll pay. If they double pierce, that's fine. Opt or Axe. We can take the pierce so we can resolve Fable next turn. The Axe is whatever. The Opt is whatever. Opt is just redraw, right? Pierce is like pretty impactful for the game. It's got a bolt. Look for a land or something to play. Next turn we'll play Fable. They're saving the Opt in case they find a way to pitch a Phoenix. They want to be able to do it all in the same turn with the Axe. Shredder's fine. Now they go for an Opt. In response to this, I'll push. That way they can't draw a Pierce and mess me up on the push anyway. But this is Shredder and Thing in the Ice are the reason why I like keeping so many removal spells in the deck in this matchup, you know? I'm gonna run into a Pierce, I think, so I can have an extra card to discard to the Fable. This thing's dealing him some damage. Yeah, me too, Drop Bear. It's been fun just like messing around, you know? Start a course. So if they find Phoenix, they can get it back because they have Axe to kill this. But they're going to be pretty low in resources, down to like one card in hand if they do that. But if they find Treasure Cruise, they can do stuff. They did not find it. We will just discard both lands. Castle's pretty good. I'll probably main phase to try to draw a Thoughtseize or Duress or something. I think I can even play 2-drop if they give me the Shaman. Feels like they're taking the damage here, so in case they draw Phoenix, they can get it back. Alright, well, it's main phase. Let's count them 4 lands in a row, chat. 5 lands in a row, excuse me. Count them 5 lands in a row. And they found Treasure Cruise off the Crackling Drake, obviously. At least they didn't find red mana. We got one good turn here to draw something nice. Or what about lands? All right, well, I'm probably dead next turn to just Crackling Drake beats. Because I did not draw spells. I think that was Fable and 7 lands. Great. Perfect. I lost 2 games that match, and both of them were getting extremely flooded at the end of the game, I think, right? In the dark, do we keep this? This is like, if we're gonna do up and deckless, can we do up and deckless always instead of just at some tournaments, you know? Like this type of culture of like, should I keep this hand? If it's not gonna matter at the big stage, I don't know why it should matter at the small stage. Like we should just be able to see each other. Either we should always be able to see each other's lists or never, right? Or like rarely. Top 8s only or whatever. All right, Mountain, interesting. Maybe this is Phoenix for the 3rd time in a row, but probably not. Yeah, Drake's very good, Johnny. I mean, I actually keep just like a ton of removal in my deck to help out because I know most of those builds just go for creatures towards the end of it, but after sideboard, you just want some threats to grind through all the stuff. Crackling Drake's just a house. I don't know. Stompies. Stompies is fine. Now what do you want? A different kitty come in and start clawing up the place. There's the Bone Man. Alright, so we can go Harvester Braid. We just pitched 2 push. I don't really know what's going on over there. They didn't play a 1 or a 2 drop. We'll play the Harvester. If they go for a kill spell on my thing, we'll just push. I didn't have enough red to a Braid. Alright, let's see if we draw anything. Another Braid. Do I need the second red source? Maybe. It sucks having to like 2-for-1 yourself against a Chandra, but what are you gonna do? I can't just let him untap and plus and start drawing cards off of it. It's too free. Even the mana can be devastating. Alright, let me get a Corpse Appraiser or a Shield Dread. I think I've cast Shield Dread 1 time in 4 matches. I just want to concede, man. This is so stupid. I don't know. This deck is like so wonky, man. I think Rakdos is just the play. I think Rakdos is just the best deck in the format. It's just so good. This doesn't hit this, which is a joke because of old card design versus new card design. They plus to find a card. They deal me 2 instead. Okay. Looks like they chonking. Ah, they're doing the mid thing. Definitely Torbranding it up. Yeah, I think it would help me tremendously compared to my opponents on the regular Ona. I just think that it's dumb. It's either should always exist or never exist. I don't like the, you know, like if we're gonna create the culture where you should just always have open deck lists, that's fine. But just always do it, you know? The Chandra's gonna bury me, chat. And it's because the Braid sucks. Although if it was Power Word Kill, it wouldn't be really much different. I'm just gonna discard both. Just need to draw something. Alright, well, we're gonna take some damage to get a card out of their hands, hopefully. Is it all burn spells? I guess it's probably all burn spells. I don't know why I even bother playing Magic anymore, dude. I mean, maybe my sequencing is just bad. Maybe I mean it's me just playing dog shit decks, right? I try to play all these decks all the time, like, and I just get whooped when I am playing against like streamlined aggro deck or whatever. And it just makes me feel bad for trying new decks, you know. I don't think I should cut Thoughtseize in the matchup, but I cannot afford to draw it late. Such a bummer. Lily's pretty bad. Make Disappear is really bad, though. What if I go blank them? What if I Scarab God them? Scarab God sounds more fun. We're going to keep a pretty mana-heavy hand. Not in love with it, but we have Corpse Appraiser, and one way or another, Corpse Appraiser is going to work. Nice deck. It's a cool deck. I think the deck's sweet. It's a little bit misbuilt. Like, I think you just want to tap out every turn, so like Make Disappear kind of sucks. A Braid, like any removal spell you play, no matter what it is always going to have a downside. You know? A Braid doesn't hit Planeswalkers. Obliterating Bolt's a sorcery. Dreadbore, sorcery. You know? Take Lily. Is it time to bring back Hero's Downfall? Jesus Christ, no. 3-mana remove. The reason why Liliana the Veil doesn't see a lot of play in this format is because 3-mana interaction, like 3-mana removal, is bad. Kolaghan's Command is an incredible magic card, but if you can't kill an elf with your interactive piece, you can't play it. Is kind of the gist that I've gotten from exploring the format. Like, if you cannot kill a 1-drop creature with your interaction, it's not interaction that you want. Like, you need your interaction to cost 1 or 2, and you need your threats to cost 2 or 3. That's kind of just like the gist of most mid-range decks. All right, so we'll go Lily minus. I'll save the Xander's Lounge for later, maybe. They should be able to kill the Lily pretty easily, but if they don't, that's fine too. If they play a 1-drop, we can go Hostage Taker 1-drop. Liliana the Veil, Ruined Pioneer? What are you talking about? It doesn't even see play. Or are you just trolling? Okay. Well, that was a good draw. Just gonna discard the Lounge. It should sack Kamano, probably. Alright, so we can bring back Soulscar Mage. I guess we just Hostage Taker and play something. We'll just take their Karzev and play it. Should take their Soulscar Mage because they can eventually chop down my Scarab God. I think I'm going to attack. Maybe not. Lands. We're rooting for lands. If this is a lot of upkeep shocks, that's not great. Upkeep stomps, okay. Draw. 3 drops. 3 and 4 drops. Perfect. Perfect. I'll bring this back. Alright, I'm gonna put Corpse Appraiser on the table. If it dies, that's okay, because I can get it back with Scarab God. We don't get the trigger off of it, but I think that's fine. It's been so good, but I think just using my mana efficiently is important. Putting pressure on them is important. They haven't found a land off of Frenzy yet, which is kind of wild. Vortex, okay. Okay, that should be game. We're just gonna swing with everything, and they have to block in such a way that gives us tokens. This has first strike, but it's not very big. Taker, let's go. It was good too. I mean, I thought it would be good. We think of a similar mid-range deck, but with Shieldred and Rafine. I think Rafine is a cool card. I don't think it really needs help. I also think that red for Fable the Mirror Breaker is a defining factor for mid-range decks. If you don't play Fable, I don't think you should be playing mid-range. You should be doing a different kind of archetype. I think it's pretty clear Fable's like the best mid-range card. We don't have the second red for Brotherhood's End, but we do have turn 2 Dreadbore, turn 3 Dreadbore, turn 4 Apocalypse, maybe. Well, I think it's when you are specifically talking about Pioneer, then white is not the ideal color for mid range in a black based deck. Like black based decks have a ton of removal. You need to be able to turn that removal into other things. All right, so now we get to turn 3 Brotherhood's End. If they play Karzev here as 4 toughness, we'll just go ahead and Dreadbore it since it dodges the Brotherhood's End. But we will be playing Blightstep on red. I guess I don't have to play it until it's my 3rd red source. I can just play Drowned Catacomb this turn, so I don't have to play the island. Yeah, I mean, you can call that a mid-range deck if you want. I don't know. Like, that is a different kind of deck. When I talk about mid-range, I'm talking specifically about black-based mid-range with Thoughtseize Fatal Push. Like, I did not think that his build was that good, personally. But it was interesting. And I do think that that Eldrazi, whose name I always forget, is pretty good. All right, so we'll go Dreadbore. This take some damage. Yes, Wasteland Strangler, that one. I think Wasteland Strangler is sweet. All right, well, we got to kill one of them. We'll take 4. We're at 10. We can Dreadbore this. The Brotherhood's End just looks embarrassing because of the Kamanos. I'm really hoping they just play a Prowess creature or something, right? Just play a guy. Just play a creature so I can get full value out of Brotherhood's End. All I want's a 2-for-1. Ah, Chandra Torch of Defiance. Exactly what I wanted to see. Yeah. Can't even gain life anymore. I think I'm just dead, man. Right, well, let's try to win. Apocalypse is not going to do it. Vortex plus Chandra tick-ups were just like too much. I just like don't have a way to beat Vortex. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. Their draw just lined up really well against mine. Like I had a bunch of sorcery speed stuff. A sweeper I never got to use. Liliana's still in my deck because it just is better than most of this dog shit. Alright, you win. Lost the die roll. Let's hope it's not too bad for us. Tapped. Uh-oh. Untapped. So that means they're just going to hold up Fatal Push or whatever? That's fine. I'm going to lounge it. They're coming at some point, Cathal. I mean, they just did the Pain Lands this year, right? So hopefully next year. I'm going to hold up Make Disappear for their Fable and then play my own Fable. I feel like if I play Harvester, they're just going to kill it with some way. But Disappear can reward me for not playing anything, whereas they have no way to capitalize on it. All right, yeah, we'll Disappear their Fable and then play our own. Could also go Harvester plus Thoughtseize. Might be able to take something bad from him. All right, so Trespasser, Fable, Bone Man. We could take another Fable. That's fine. We could also just not play a creature, but then they play Trespasser, so I think what I'll end up doing is just ignoring Trespasser for a little while. If I can help it. As far as the quarter one set, I think so. Well, Cathal, that's not really the case anymore with Brushland. Like, the deck actually kind of blew up. I don't know if you saw, but the deck did kind of blow up. Okay, they do not currently have a way. Let's see what they do. They Fatal Pushed. So we know they have Bone Man Fatal Push. If we Hostage Taker the Trespasser, there's a chance that they just can't kill Hostage Taker, and I get to play Trespasser next turn. I thought this was a land, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh my gods. Just so frustrating sometimes. Some of the mechanics in the game, some of the visual cues. I mean, 10 cards is a lot, man. I don't know. You got 20 lands, 20, 30 white, and 10 green. But, like, Glade Clover Scout's a huge addition for the deck. Huge addition. Are they playing a Bone Man? Wow. Yeah, but that's like an old edition, right? Maybe I should have popped the blood token. Like, Dreadbore plus Harvester next turn is not a bad turn. The problem is they have Den of the Bugbear too, so even a land off the top is pretty bad for me. I really just needed them to brick once for the Hostage Taker, and that could have been the case if I had just played Hostage Taker last turn. They could have drawn Dreadbore for this turn. It's just a fucking huge bummer that this threw me off. I'm talking to Chad and whatever, and this looks like a land kind of. I just don't know why it's in my land pile. It's just in my fucking lands pile. It's not the first time that's happened either. It's just like very annoying. Very cool. I disagree, Ross. Light pause is like the only thing keeping that deck afloat, if you ask me. Without light pause, the deck would not exist, is all I'm saying. If it was just SRAM, no thank you. But it doesn't really matter. Brushland is a great addition to the deck, and green is good because of Audacity and Glade Clover Scout both. Alright, so we're going to take 6 down to 8, or we're going to trade. They have the option. I don't know if I can win without peeling something cool, so we'll just take it. I can use this to discard to this. Had to like 100 things anyway. Alright. I don't know if I want to board out all the Thoughtseizes. They're like pretty bad late, but I don't know. I feel like we just break them down pretty well. Just get the counterspells over our deck. I fucking hate counterspells against Thoughtseize decks. Pretty good opener. Turn 2 Harvesters, not bad. And if they kill it, we get Corpse Appraiser. If they play their own Harvester, we just trade and then Appraiser. The thing is, they just drew spells last game. You know? We gotta draw spells this game. Our Corpse Appraisers, our 3-drops and their 3-drops are very similar in strength. You know, their Graveyard Trespassers, I think, are actually worse for the mirror match than Corpse Appraiser. That's nice. I'm gonna take Thoughtseize because I can Corpse Appraiser plus Thoughtseize next turn. Lily's pretty damn good though. I'm gonna take Lily. Change my mind. We can just Hostage Taker the token. When we played against the deck the other day, Bolt, not Bolt, the Glade Color Scout kicked my ass too. I was playing Rakdos and just got eat up by it. Yeah, I played Bogles on stream the other day, Cathal, like, I don't know, got obliterated. My opponent just temporarily locked down me like crazy. All right, let's keep being aggressive. You know, a lot of stores are running RCQs without capacity to go over like 150 or whatever, you know, like, and I think that's fine. All right, we're gonna attack with our Corpse Appraiser. If they double block, we'll kill the Reflection. And then if they don't block, I'll just attack with both. That's fine. I feel like they should double block this. We don't have a trick, but they don't know that. If they just take 5, like, I don't know. We'll just play Shield Dread maybe. If I had a 2-drop card in hand where I could go Corpse Appraiser land 2-drop, I would do that. At the very least, this should deal them at least 2 damage. They just conceded. Their Fable was about to go up, but you always want to try to get Shield Dread down before the Fable goes up. All right, do we want Brotherhood's End on the draw in case we fall behind? Allow us to sweep up a bunch of 2 and 3 drops on turn 3. Got a mulligan. Keep this. What do you think of the artifact-based Jeskai Ascendancy trying to find something for Pyre Showcase this Sunday? I think it's pretty sweet, Chris. I think you get to kind of free roll the Emery Ascendancy combo in your Jeskai deck because of the Urza's Research Desk or whatever. I would think the deck could use some help, but I don't know what. The YouTube video will probably be up tomorrow. All right, let's hope they play a 3-drop right into my Brotherhood's End. If not, I'll just play Fable. Perfect. And this is why we brought in the Brotherhood's End on the draw, specifically, so that you can do this. Falling behind. Falling behind, we're falling behind, and blam. Now, if they play Shield Dread, I don't know. Maybe we probably should have kept Thoughtseize over Blood Tithe Harvester. What a top deck, huh? Another Shield Dread. Well, I can't beat that one. The second Shield Dread is just such a killer. I don't plan on doing much in the way of using the Fable, so I'll just tick up on Lily. Third Shield Dread goes to the graveyard. Probably chump with Goblin. Might double block. Double block's like the same as a chump block. Because if they have removal, they're going to be able to kill Lily anyway, maybe. Okay. They have removal for both. Man, that's a bummer. Alright, well now I got to go hardcore on the Fable looking for an answer. Alright. I'm going to discard one. They have a land, they can play both Bone Mans. They activate Den, that's fine. Both Bone Mans make sense. Seabiscuit, thanks for the follow. Great top deck. Take the Dagger God. Go. I think I'll just go trade. If they activate Den and attack, we'll do some different blocking. Probably take 4 from this. Trade, eat a token. All right. This is a pretty good turn for us because now we can Nicol Bolas minus as well. We can clear most of their board. All right, so we go here, here, here. This will transform. All right, just land. We'll go Nicol Bolas minus on the Bone Man. Or will we? Black, red, black, black, blue. All right. Fable versus Nicol Bolas. Let's see who wins. Hey, Exile Permanent. That was a good draw, too. The Scarab God is, like, obviously something we should probably play at some point, but this doesn't seem that necessary. All right, here go. We can go EOT, Reflection, and then we can just make a bunch of Hostage Takers if we want, or whatever. JG87, thanks for follow. Seabiscuit, appreciate the follow as well. This deck feels good. I don't know. It's a little wonky on the mana sometimes. I don't love the make disappears in the main deck, honestly. I love the Corpse Appraisers. The Corpse Appraisers feel good. The Nicol Bolas feel good. don't have no cards in hand, bro. You dead. Dead. Oh, thanks, Seabiscuit. Yeah, whenever you get to ask your questions or whatever, it's always nicer when the streamer can just directly answer. I agree. Okay, so let's go over this Grixis deck. So first and foremost, I just want to say, I think the addition of Corpse Appraiser to the archetype is actually pretty solid. I thought Corpse Appraiser was one of the better cards that I was using in all those instances. The thing that I'm having the big breakdown on is that I feel like the deck is too evenly spread out on color requirements. And a lot of times what happens in those scenarios is it stretches your mana base so much that you have to play suboptimal lands. For example, because we cannot afford to have a land that only taps for blue other than a basic island, we cannot play a pathway that is blue on the front side. Because if we do, that means that a lot of our cards just stop working if we draw multiple blue sources. And so what ends up happening is you have to play stuff like Drowned Catacomb, which I'm not a huge fan of. It wasn't that bad because we have Blood Crypt, Watery Grave, and Xander's Lounge, but it certainly came up at least one time and it was really annoying. Rakdos just doesn't have that many mana problems. They can use their mana later in the game because they have more creature lands. We don't get to play Den of the Bugbear. We don't get to play Hive of the Eye Tyrant because every time we play one of those lands, it means that our third color is a bit more stretched thin. So what I would like to do with the deck is I would like to cut the Make Disappears, which were horrifically bad with Liliana the Veil, and overall just not that great in my opinion. I would cut the 2 Braids and play 2 more Dreadbores. I would add another Nicol Bolas. I would either cut Hashitaker or move it to the sideboard, and I would add a Shieldred. And I just think that Corpse Appraiser was great. And I love the Nicol Bolas on the top end. So I would just play blue for just Nicol Bolas on the top end and Corpse Appraiser. And I think that the Nicol Bolases will give you a leg up on the mirror. Corpse Appraiser will give you a leg up on the mirror. Because this is just supplanting something else. And I would just play Bone Crusher Giant. I think Bone Crusher Giant's great. And it was sorely missing. It was sorely missing from the deck. What was the end record? 3-2. We went 1-1 against Mono Green, I think. And I forgot what else we lost to. I lost. Oh, sorry. I went 1-1 against Phoenix, and I forgot what my other loss was to. I think I'm thinking of Mono Green was the last league. Yeah, but the deck feels solid. It's basically just Rakdos with slightly worse mana, but like slightly more powerful cards. I honestly think Corpse Appraiser is great. So like, I would love to just keep playing Corpse Appraiser. I would like the third Shieldred. I would like some Bone Mans. I would like the Braids to get out of the deck. A Braid, being a Braid, cost me a game. The sideboard, the Mystical Disputes are fine. The Scarab God's fine. It's just like another big post-sideboard threat for like the mid-range matchups. I'm sure it can dominate in some spots. It's obviously just very expensive. We're pretty good about exiling stuff, though, with Corpse Appraiser, and multiple times that came up where I had Scarab God and there was just no creature in the graveyard. Oh, that's right. We lost once to Big Red with, like, Torbrand Big Red. That was our other loss. We lost once to Phoenix. We beat Phoenix once also. And then we lost to Big Red. But the games were all pretty close. Like, I didn't feel like I was out of the game in the early turns pretty much ever. Our catch-up mechanics, like, our Fatal Push, our Thoughtseize, they're allowing us to interact early for 1 mana to kind of slow things down a bit so our late game stuff can come online. One thing I noticed, I was empty-handed a lot with Fable, and so I was unable to leverage that. And that's almost certainly because of Liliana the Veil. So if you want to cut Liliana the Veil as well, that's fine. It felt good though. Like I felt like Liliana was a pretty solid card in those spots. So that's all. The sideboard felt okay. Double red on Brotherhood's in could be a problem sometimes. The Go Blanks were solid. The one Kalidas was okay. The Hearst was okay. I don't know. Deck felt pretty solid. Maybe give it a pickup. Maybe try out just splashing Nicol Bolas or Corpse Appraiser or both in your Rakdos mid-range deck. A third color might make something like Misery Shadow a little bit better too, because you just have more stuff to do with your mana. I wasn't a huge fan of the Castle Lochthwain. We drew a couple cards off of it, but I only used it when I was like turbo flooding. And I don't know that it would help more than just like a Den of the Bugbear or something. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's going to do it for the stream and the YouTube video today. Appreciate you. Make sure to hit the follow button before you go. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I make this content pretty regularly. And if you're into it, if you like watching fully gameplay, excuse me, fully gameplay of Pioneer decks, well, this is the spot for you.